Hello dear students, welcome back. Today we are going to learn a very important topic of English grammar for class 9, 10th, 11th and 12th, that is subject verb concord. This concept you had already studied in your previous classes, but you had learned basic concept, and this video I am going to give you the full concept, how the questions will come in your exam and how CBSE will apply this concept in your exam. So what is subject verb concord? What is the meaning of concord? Concord means an agreement or हिंदी में समझौता और सहमति. To whom with it is subject verb concord, that means an agreement with subject and verb. An agreement of verb with its subject. In what? In number and person. That means a singular subject must have a singular verb. And a plural subject must have a plural verb. That means for making a sentence grammatically correct, it is very compulsory to apply this rule. It is very compulsory that a subject should be agree with its verb, and verb should be agree with the subject in its number and person. This is the subject verb concord agreement or rule. So we will learn it with the example. I will give you one example of like boy plays and boy play. Which one is correct? This sentence is correct because here the subject boy is singular, so its verb should be in singular in number. One more example. Boys play or boys plays. Which one is correct? This sentence is correct. Why? Because here subject is plural, so its verb should be plural in number. For making a noun singular to plural, what you are doing? For making a noun singular to plural, you are adding as or es with it. For example, your singular noun is boy. For making it plural, you are adding as with it and it will become plural, boys, like this. But for making a verb singular, we have to add as or es with it. So this is the opposite rule of it. So verb itself in its plural form, and when we are going to make it singular, we have to add as and es with it. Okay, so this is the concept and you have to remember it lifetime. So here in this examples you have seen these action verbs. When we would like to make it singular, we add as. Okay, but for what about the helping verbs? These are the action verbs, so we could recognize it with this. The last letter s is there, so it is the singular verb. So how could you make the helping verb singular to plural? Let's see. Likewise, I am talking about these helping verbs. Is will change into are. Is the singular verb, and if you would like to make it plural, it will turn into are. Like was will turn into were. Like has will turn into have. Okay, singular verbs always have s in its last letter, so you can remember it like this also. So let's see some examples of it. Like this is a pen. For singular subject, we are having singular verb. For these are pens. So here pens is the plural subject, so here we are applying the verb are. Okay, getting? One more example. Was going to market. He is the singular subject, so we had applied singular verb with it. They were going to market. Getting? Here they, you already know that they is a plural subject, so here we are applying plural verb. One more example. here he has a car. You know he is a singular subject. Here we had applied a singular verb. And they have a car. I think now you understood how the verbs are applied according to subject in its number and person. So for the name also we should use these singular verbs with all the sentences. Now I think you understood the concept that singular subject carries singular verbs and plural subjects carries plural verbs. Okay. Now one more thing that many of you have asked me earlier, that ma'am, what is you? Whether it is singular subject or plural, because you always carry plural verb. With you had seen that, or you always carry all the plural verbs. So why it is so? Sometimes you is we are using in Hindi like tu, tum. तो इसके लिए भी हम हिंदी में भी उस you ही यूज करते हैं इंग्लिश में तू और तुम के लिए. जब हमें एक पर्सन से बात करनी हो, सिंगुलर पर्सन से बात करनी हो, तो प्रीवियस इंग्लिश जो हमारी अर्लियर इंग्लिश चलती थी उसमें हम तू और तुम के लिए यूज करते थे दाउ. बट नाउ इन मॉडर्न इंग्लिश वी आर यूजिंग यू ओनली. फॉर दैट यू जो है हमारा प्लूरल सब्जेक्ट है एक्चुअली, बट मॉडर्न इंग्लिश में हम सिंगुलर सब्जेक्ट के लिए भी यू ही यूज करते हैं, इसलिए वहां पर ऑलवेज यू के साथ प्लूरल वर्ब्स यूज होती है, लाइक यू हैव, यू आर, इस तरह से. Okay, one more thing that I is also a singular subject, but in some time it carries the plural verb, like I have, like I go, like this, and sometimes it carries a singular verb like I was. So why it is so? It is also asked by one of my students, so let me explain you why it is so. I is sometimes carries singular plural verbs and sometimes it is carrying singular verbs. It is because in all present tense sentences, in present tense I always carries plural verbs. Like I have a car, मेरे पास एक कार है. I go to market, मैं मार्केट जाता हूं. Both the sentences are present tense sentences. But in past tense sentences, it is carrying singular verbs. Like, I was going to market. मैं मार्केट जा रहा था. अब मैं मार्केट जा रहा था, ये हमारा पास्ट टेंस का सेंटेंस है. तो पास्ट टेंस के सेंटेंस में आई के साथ सिंगुलर वर्ब लगेगी, लेकिन जो प्रेजेंट टेंस के सेंटेंस है उसमें हमेशा आई के साथ में प्लूरल वर्ब्स लगती हैं. ये कॉन्सेप्ट आपको ध्यान रखना है. और अगर आपसे कोई डिस्कस करता है इस बारे में कि समटाइम आई कैरीज प्लूरल वर्ब्स एंड समटाइम इट कैरीज सिंगुलर वर्ब्स, सो व्हाई इट इज सो यू कुड एक्सप्लेन इट. और इन ऑल द प्रेजेंट टेंस सेंटेंसेस आई इज कैरिंग प्लूरल वर्ब्स एंड in past tense sentences I is carrying singular verb. And one more exception in it, that is sometimes it is carrying like I were. ये भी आपने सुना होगा. ये कैसे होगा देखते हैं. I were a millionaire. If I were a millionaire, मैं एक करोड़पति होता. तो ये जो हमारी verbs हैं और ये सेंटेंस जो है ये हमारा कंडीशनल सेंटेंस कहलाता है. कंडीशनल सेंटेंस. तो इस तरह के जो सेंटेंस होंगे जिसमें हम काश इस तरह से बात करते हैं तो वहां पर भी आई के साथ में प्लूरल वर्ब अप्लाई होती है वर. ठीक है. और ये होता है कंडीशनल सेंटेंस. ये कंडीशन है हमारी की कहा यदि मैं मिलेनायर होता या काश में मिलेनायर होता, इस तरह से. ठीक है. तो ये हमारा कॉन्सेप्ट है सब्जेक्ट वर्ब कॉनकॉर्ड का, दैट a verb must agree with its subject in number and person. So students, this is our part 1 of subject verb concord concept, and in next lecture we will continue with all the rules. I will give you 10 rules and it's a short tricks how you could recognize and how you will apply it, how do the questions will come in your exam. All things we will learn in our part 2. So till then, keep practicing and have fun. Bye bye.